name is Kostas Papadopoulos. I'm the VP for Business Development at Yodiwo, and I'm here to talk about what's wrong with our collective building stock and what we can do about it. First, a short introduction about us. Yodiwo is a technology company which started off as a Samsung offshoot in 2015, although the core team was already working together many years before that. Yodiwo has since grown its presence in 3 countries, Sweden, Greece, and Cyprus. And our technology has also been deployed in other countries as well, such as Holland and South Africa. Next slide, please. Our job is to make applications and tools that improve the way people live and work. And to be more precise, we have developed a suite of solutions for the effective management of spaces, from single buildings to entire cities. Next slide. So let me give you an example by briefly presenting one of the greatest problems we face as organized societies, and that is the ubiquitous presence of expensive, polluting, and unhealthy buildings. In the vast majority of cases, these are exactly the buildings we occupy on a daily basis. Government buildings, municipal buildings, offices, hospitals, schools, universities, shops, the list goes on, because the overwhelming number of existing buildings are still not fit for purpose. But why? What are the causes? Well, let's go to the next slide. They fall into 3 big camps. The first is poor ventilation and lighting. Frankly, the situation is far worse than people imagine. I mean, inadequate ventilation and lighting are responsible for an array of health conditions, short and long term, and not least the ease by which bacterial and viral infections spread indoors. The second is the extreme energy wastage, stemming not only from poor ventilation and lighting, but even more so from the lack of proper installation and control of the HVAC systems. And the third is what makes the numerous readily available solutions so much harder to implement. It is the absence of good quality data. Without such data, we're blind. We cannot estimate the size of the problem in each building. We cannot trace the roots. We cannot design solutions. And when any solution is deployed, we cannot measure its effectiveness. So let's move on to the next slide and onto the solution. Providing good quality data and enabling the right decisions is exactly what we're concentrating here at Yodiwo with our Yodifem platform. By the way, Yodiwo stands for Your Digital World, and FEM here for Facility and Energy Management. So Yodifem. The platform brings together software, hardware, and people, and allows building operators to do 4 things: to organize, visualize, and analyze information from every data point they have at their disposal, to deploy sophisticated algorithms in order to generate useful inferences, to control assets manually or automatically, and finally, to make better decisions every day. Yodifem is a scalable, interoperable platform, completely open source, communicating with any number of sensors, meters, or controllers, and able to accept third-party tools alongside the Yodiwo developed solutions. And those solutions include, but are not limited to, what you see on the screen here: energy management for a single building or a single operation within a building, to a cluster of buildings or a whole city; space management, bringing floor plans to life and creating digital twins; and well-being, monitoring any number of pollutants, including CO2, particulates, and VOCs, and then taking direct actions, such as increasing the ventilation rate, or sending a request to change an air handling unit filter, or simply prompting occupants to open a window. Now, there's far more that the platform can do, like providing parking, lighting, or specialized asset management solutions, but time is short, so I'll move swiftly to the benefits. So the next slide is what actually are the benefits of this platform. First of all, immediate savings on energy consumption. Typically, this is up to 10% by identifying inefficiencies and taking no-cost actions, and that usually more than pays back the upfront investment in the platform. Then after that is supporting projects which can then reduce consumption by more than 30%, often breaching 50%, depending on the situation and the case. Moving on to air quality. As we said, real-time understanding of the indoor conditions in each space, and then pinpointing areas of concern, taking immediate actions, and bringing the air quality to a standard that improves well-being. Reduction of equipment maintenance costs, just simply due to the ability to create an optimized maintenance schedule and react promptly to alerts, and sometimes, with our system, often even preventing faults from occurring through predictive maintenance. Also, reduction of other running costs by efficiently managing the internal space of large buildings. Clearly, ESG compliance, providing all the necessary information to build, track, and maintain an effective ESG program. And last but not least, what we call uncovering unknown unknowns, which essentially is interrogating the data to find out answers in questions we didn't even know we had. For example, do sick days in an organization increase a few days after local traffic was unusually bad? Think of offices in city centers. So this was a very short introduction to Yodiwo and Yodifem. I would like to finish by mentioning who would like to hear most from. Building owners and operators, obviously. Public and private sector organizations, typically the ones that occupy many buildings. There are some examples on the screen there. Facility management companies who work with those customers. And then solution providers, people who are ready to offer added value through our platform. And last, any potential investors who are willing to work with us to expand our international presence. So thank you very much.